Hello and welcome to AFRICUNIA TV, reaching here from the nation's commercial capital, Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Deborah Ezeh. Many thanks for joining me. Looking into the African scene, 9 Senegalese soldiers from the West African Mission in Gambia have been missing since Monday and are believed to be held captive by the Casamance rebels following clashes during an operation against timber trafficking. The clashes with suspected rebels occurred as part of an action to secure and fight against illegal trafficking, particularly against the criminal exploitation of timber on the border with Gambia. And in Ethiopia, the Prime Minister said there will be negotiations on a ceasefire between his government and the rival Tigray regions of forces who have been waging war for almost 15 months. The chairman of a diaspora group that had a private meeting with him said, Abai has never said so publicly as international mediation efforts continue amid one of the worst humanitarian crises. There was no comment on the chairman's account from Abai's spokeswoman or from the Tigray forces spokesman. And now we head to Nigeria, where the controversies surrounding continued payment of fuel subsidy may not have ended, as the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited yesterday presented a bill of 3 trillion naira for deliberations at the Federal Executive Council meeting chaired by President Muhammadu Buhari. According to the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, 3 trillion naira is the amount required to continue to subsidize petroleum products for the next 18 months extension recently approved by the presidency. Ahmed who broke the news, explained the FEC considered the request so as to make additional funding provisions that will enable government to meet incremental fuel subsidy payments in the 2022 budget. And still in Nigeria, the chairman, China-Africa Business Council, Chief Dana Shen, has announced that the Chinese government is planning to invest over $300 billion in the African continent over the next 3 years. According to her, the move is expected to increase the volume of trade between Africa and China from the current $30 billion. Chen stated this at the Memorandum of Understanding signing ceremony between LCCI and CABC in Lagos. And now on to the foreign scene. The United States said on Wednesday it has set out a diplomatic path to address sweeping Russian demands in Eastern Europe as Moscow held security talks with Western countries and intensified its military build-up near Ukraine with new drills. In a written response to Russia's demand delivered in person by its ambassador in Moscow, the U.S. repeated its commitment to upholding NATO's open-door policy while offering a principled and pragmatic evaluation of the Kremlin's concern. And moving on, in India, police have detained 6 people in a crackdown on illegal immigration after 4 Indians were found frozen to death near the border between the United States and Canada last week. Police in Gujarat said they identified the 4 belonging to a single family after law enforcement agencies on the border provided photographs of passports and other belongings. A foreign ministry official in the Indian capital of New Delhi said authorities were coordinating with border officials in the United States and Canada to investigate the illegal immigration cases. And now in the Middle East, the United Arab Emirates will lift an entry and transit ban on Saturday on travelers who had recently visited South Africa, Kenya, Nigeria, Ethiopia, and 8 other African countries. The National Emergency, Crisis and Disaster Emergency Management Authority said late on Wednesday it was lifting the ban on those who had visited certain African countries in the previous 14 days imposed due to the Omicron COVID-19 variant. The other countries are Tanzania, Republic of Congo, Botswana, Eswatini, Lesotho, Mozambique, Namibia, and Zimbabwe. And now we head to the sports scene, where Mohamed Salah scored the decisive sports kick as record 7-time champion Egypt beat the Ivory Coast 5-4 on penalties after a 0-0 draw in Douala on Wednesday to reach the African Cup of Nations quarter-finals. The Liverpool Stars smashed home its penalty, with the Ivory Coast Eric Bailly the only player to fail from the sport, and Egypt go on to play Morocco in the last 8 in Yaoundé on Sunday. It was a tense last 16 tie, which for long spells resembled a battle of attrition on a poor pitch at the Japoma Stadium in Cameroon's economic capital, and it looked for much of the game as though Egypt would pay for their poor finishing. And finally, Malawi manager Mario Marinica has criticized the African Cup of Nations bosses as he claims that his team have had to wash their own pants. The Romanian, who is also the technical director, was in interim charge of the Flames as they competed at AFCON in Cameroon. The 57-year-old has since revealed that his team needed to do their own laundry at the tournament, while bigger nations got preferential treatment. Malawi incredibly reached the round of 16 in Cameroon after beating Zimbabwe before grabbing an important 0-0 draw with Sadio Mane's Senegal. However, the journey came to a conclusion on Tuesday as they suffered a narrow 2-1 defeat to Morocco. And now that's all we can take on News Update today. To stay connected and updated to our news and programs bulletin, do ensure to follow all our social media platforms and join Team Pangram, Instagram and Facebook respectively. Visit our website on www.africunia.tv and always leave a comment for us on the comment section. I am Deborah Ezeh. Thanks for watching.